finding numbers or amounts from given percentages. Dan's bookcase consists of 5% horror, 20% adventure, and 75% science fiction. If Dan owns 12 horror books, how many books does he have in total in his bookcase? 5% is the same as 1/20th because there are 20 lots of 5 in 100. That 1/20th represents 12 horror books. Something, the total number of books, divided by 20 gives us 12 horror books. We need to use the inverse operation to take us back to whatever that number is, represented here by the question mark. 12 times 20 is 240, so that means Dan has 240 books in total in his bookcase, if 5% of them represents 12. This one's for you to try. In a tub of chocolates, 25% have caramel centres, 35% have orange, and 40% have strawberry. If there are 30 caramel centres, how many chocolates are there in the tub? Pause the video, have a go, press play when you're ready for the solution. 25% is the same as 1/4 because there are 4 lots of 25 in 100. That quarter, that 25%, represents 30 caramel chocolates. That means that the total number of chocolates divided by 4 equals 30. So we're going to use the inverse operation to find out what the total number of chocolates are. 30 times by 4 is 120. So the total number of chocolates in the tub is 120. Another area of maths that links very closely with using percentages is using pie charts in the data handling strand. Out of 120 Year 6 pupils, 50% walk to school, 25% cycle, and 25% come by car. How many children cycle to school? Remember that 25% represents 1/4. 120 children in Year 6. If we divide that by 4 to find a quarter, that will give us the number of children who cycle to school, which is 30. You're going to try this one. There's a few parts to this question. Out of 240 Year 6 pupils, 25% own a cat, 25% own a hamster, 30% own a dog, 5% own a fish. The remainder don't own a pet. First part of the question, how many children own a dog? Second part, how many children own a fish? Third part, how many children don't own a pet? Pause the video, have a go, press play when you're ready for the solution. Starting with A, how many children own a dog? In the information, we're told that 30% of the children own a dog, and that's 30% of 240. First of all, find 10%, and then multiply that by 3 to get 30%. So 10% is 24, 24 times by 3 is 72. 72 children own a dog, and 72 children represents 30% of the 240 children. B. How many children own a fish? This time we have 5% of 240. Remember how to find 10%, which was 24. Divide that by 2 to give you half, which is 5%, and that's 12. 12 children out of 240 represents 5%. Finally, how many children don't own a pet? First thing we have to do here is find out how many percent is represented by the remainder of children. What we have so far, 25% own a cat, 25% own a hamster, 30% own a dog, and 5% own a fish. If we add those together, that's 85. We need a total of 100. 100 take away 85 leaves 15%. We know now that there are 15% of the 240 children who don't own a pet. We now need to find out how many that is. 15% of 240. Well, in parts A and B, you had to find 10% and then 5%. And if you add those together, that will give you 15%. 10% was 24, 5% was 12. Add those together to get 15%, that's 36. So 15% of the 240 children who don't own a pet is 36 children.